Magandang araw mga kaibigan. Bigyan natin ng reaction opinion itong post ni Sir Philip A. Ortiz. Political analyst ito, observation niya yung nangyari sa day 5 of trial. In just one sentence, turning point, panalong-panalo ang defense, nalugmok, bumagsak, natalo ang prosecution sa isang sentence lang. Okay. Sabi ito, dead on arrival. How the NBI's shocking admission just killed the prosecution's impeachment momentum. The prosecution's case against Vice President Sara Duterte did not just crack on day 5 of her impeachment trial. It bleed out on the courtroom floor. It happened because Attorney Mark Binluan, leading the defense with the quiet precision of a surgeon, refused to let a high-ranking government official hide behind the institutional armor of the state. He looked past the badges, the official seals, and the thunderous headlines, demanding a simple, ancient legal truth. What do you actually know? Talaga, napakagaling si Attorney Binluan. Yung anong day yun? Day 3 ata yun. Yung sabi niya na yung statement, yung questions ni Senator Risa Hontiveros at ang statement ni Attorney Binluan na mahirap mapatunayan yung grade 3. Doon pa lang, panalo na ang defense. Alala niyo yan? Kaya lang ito ang mas matindi, day 5. Do you know? How far do you know? Do you know that VP Sara hired an assassin? Ang galing. What followed was a moment of pure and varnished exposure that will echo through the halls of Philippine jurisprudence for decades. The illusion of belief versus the weight of truth. Kasi we believe, but I do not know. I do not have a personal knowledge. Illusion niya, naniniwala, kaya lang hindi niya, wala siyang kaalam-alam. No personal knowledge. For days, the prosecution marched its witnesses into the Senate chamber to paint a dark portrait of a conspiracy. They relied on national security buzzword and bureaucratic weight to convince the senator judges that a grave threat had occurred. But belief is a cheap commodity in the court of law. Belief does not require a signature. Belief does not require a soul. When Attorney Binluan stepped up to cross-examine NBI Regional Director Lotok, he didn't battle the agency's grand theories. He went straight for the spine of the state's accusation. He asked Lotok if he, the very man who signed the papers, the vanguard of state's fury, had any first-hand personal knowledge that the Vice President had actually hired, met with, or paid an assassin to harm the President. Yun. May personal knowledge ka ba? Ng Vice Presidente, nangontrata, nagbayad ng assassin? Dapat talaga, yun ang issue sa grade 3 charges na ito. Meron ba na nabayaran, na hire, na assassin? Anong sagot ni Lotok? Lotok wiggle, a sign of discomfort. He tried to hide behind the collective pronoun. He spoke of the Bureau's evaluation and the findings of the team. But the truth has a way of demanding room. Ito, ang galing ni presiding officer Escudero. Ang galing niya, in fairness. Kaya nakakabawi na siya sa hinanakit ng taong bayan sa kanya, yung pagbaliktad niya. It turns out na mas maganda na nandyan siya ngayon. Ang galing niya as presiding officer. Sabi ito, Presiding Officer Francis Escudero intervened, cutting through the bureaucratic fog and ordered the director to answer the question directly. No shields, no agency jargon, just the man and his conscience. Then came the fatal admission. Ito na yung sagot. Napilitan na, na-corner na si Lutok eh. Inorderan siya ng presiding judge. Sagutin mo ang tanong, hindi yung paikot-ikot ka pa. O, anong sagot mo doon? Do you have a personal knowledge? O, ito na. We do believe that the Vice President had contracted a hitman, but I don't have a personal knowledge on that. Patay. That one statement alone, wala na. Gumuho. Gumuho na ang, what do I mean? Kung ano man yung pilit na itinatayo ng prosecution, wala na. Crumbled. In just one sentence. Grabe. The anatomy of a hollow accusation. Yung description ng sentence na yon, hollow accusation. Look closely at those words. Feel the hollow space inside them. We do believe, but I don't have personal knowledge. That is the sound of the entire state apparatus admitting it built a castle out of a sand. Yun. Yung kwento sa Bible, building houses, one built on a sand and one built on a rock. When the winds come, yung bahay built on a sand crumbles. Ganyan po ang nangyari sa prosecution sa day 5. So later on yun, nag-announce na sila na pati si Attorney Zulueta Lopez, wag na nilang tawagin dahil na-realize nila na lalo lang matutumba ang kastilyo nila pag magsalita, ma-cross-examine si Attorney Zulueta Lopez. Congratulations po, Attorney Binwan and the rest of the defense team ni BP Sara. Salamat mga kaibigan sa inyong pagsubaybay sa channel nito. Nakakatulong kayo ng malaki sa tribong Talandig ng Bukidnon dahil ang sweldo natin sa channel na ito is pantulong sa tribo. Namimigay tayo ng libreng yero at pako para makapagpatayo naman itong tribong ito ng mas maayos na tirahan. Panoorin niyo ang video nito.
Anak ko diri sa balay ni Jeric Dagumay nga taga Sitio Kalapat, Tagbak, Talakag, Bukidnon. Sumuna ni ang iyang balay nga bag-o niya nga balay, trapal lang unta ang iyang gina atop. So karon natabangan siya og yero, sumuna ni ang iyang pulihan. Og mao na ni ang gihatag nga yero nga 5 ka buok nga 10 ug 5 pod ka 8 napulo tanan.
Salamat ko sa Ginoo kay natagam migsin kay ang among atop gi sa una kay kuan trapal lagyod na kadtong karaan nga trapal na kanang naayon na nadaot. Napulihan na og sin. Pasalamat gid kay ko sa naghatag.
So karon napulihan na gyud og yero tong nga trapal lang nga inyong atop.
Inong gani. Dugay namang gid ang among balay na ang among trapal na na nagisi. Nag-ipon rami sa uyan sa akong bana. Kuan karon mauli na gid namo ni kay nanay sin. Mauli na gid ni namo karon.
So unsa ra di ang trabaho sa imong bana?
Mais.
Mag-uuma lang. So karon napulihan na gyud tong inyong atop, so di na mo maulanan.
Di na gid.
So maulian na ni gid ninyo ang gipatay ninyo nga balay.
Di na gid mi maulanan.
Salamat kaayo.